Hi, it's IE Detectives with Gigi. I am doing this from outside, so please excuse all the background noise. Um, I wanted to go further into detail with the intuition I had on a neighbor. They moved in 2 weeks ago, and I say they, it was a couple that's not married, but a couple. And I don't usually like to be in anybody's business. I don't, because I don't want anybody in mine. But when you hear what sounds like a tyrant, um, verbally abusive, you hear the pounding and the noises and the crying of the girl, and I never hear her holler. I just feel like she's in danger. I reached out to the landlord for that household and asked them, were they aware of anything going on, and let them know what I knew. Um, I know that this person has approached me in the yard and tries to validate the yelling and hollering and everything. And the excuse is they just talk loud. No, this is not talking loud. This is somebody screaming like they are a maniac at 7 o'clock in the morning until whatever time they just finally go to sleep at night. And I'm talking about after midnight. On Black Friday, this past weekend, I got up around 7:30, and as soon as I opened my door to let my dog out, there is a screaming and yelling and hollering and carrying on and pounding on things. And it's not the first time I've heard all of this, but it's just the first time that it was an entire day. I'm imagining in my head, because I've been in situations before where I've been with someone that was a tyrant, and you wanted to get out of that situation. And I'm just imagining myself as this young girl being yelled at and screamed at all day long on Black Friday. And, you know, she's got a small infant there in the home with her. And I'm thinking to myself, why is this girl not leaving? Well, I know in the past that they've had arguments and yelling and carrying on. And I never hear her, I always hear him. And she's left, but she's always come back. Well, this particular day on Black Friday, nobody ever left the household. I never saw anybody in the yard, never nothing. And I'm in my yard a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm out here when my dog's out here. And my dog loves the outside, so I come outside with her. Um, it's a protection thing for me. Anything can run up into my yard and attack her. I've had it happen before to another animal, and I just don't want it to happen to her. So I'm in my yard a lot. I hear everything. I'm not a nosy neighbor. But when it's right in your face and it's bad, I don't care what you call me. You can call me nosy neighbor, you can call me whatever. It doesn't matter, because it's abuse going on in that household. Um, what got me the most is how it's like he never took a break from the yelling and screaming. And I actually I pulled up my phone and started recording. You could hear it. And we're not like 10 or 15 feet apart. We're very far apart, a good little ways. I'm not exactly sure how many feet, but I would say probably at least, I don't know, 40, 50 feet away from each other. And to me, if I can hear you clearly screaming and yelling and pounding on objects in the house and throwing things, you've got some violence going on. And it's just going on all the time. Basically, it kept on bothering me. I never saw anybody come out of the house. It kept on bothering me that I never saw anybody leave the yard, like in their vehicle that day. So I told my husband, and I was like, I feel like this girl is being held hostage. And I wanted to be very careful with that, because I know that's a big accusation. And when you don't see people emerge from a home that's going on, had things going on like that, and you see, or you don't see certain things happen, like somebody leaving for the few minutes, go to the store, come back, you just don't see any activity, and you hear the constant yelling and screaming at home, and you worry. You're worrying that, okay, something really bad is going on in that household, and he's not letting her leave. Well, moving forward to the next day, My neighbor across the street came to me and was like, hey, you may want to reach back out to the landlord again. And I asked them what they were talking about. I kind of had a feeling, but I wasn't sure. And they said, it came across the scanner last night that that particular neighbor was arrested. And he was taken in. I don't know what the charges are. I'm assuming she called and didn't know that she could not leave the home or whatever. I don't know. She's not been back this time. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I have nothing against her. I just don't want to see her put through that. I mean, just being with someone that's just a complete, you know what? I mean, somebody that's just crazy. I mean, that's my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to it, and I don't care who don't like it. I'm living beside it, and it's just I'm in fear of my own safety, really, to be honest with you, because I know he's looking at me as being the person who's saying something, because I'm the direct next neighbor. The other neighbors are across the street, but they can hear these things too. But he automatically assumes it's me. We have the same people that own the house. I can't wait till my home is finished being built to move, to be honest with you. The faster, the sooner, the better. I'm ready to get out of here and get away from this. This is a very quiet, nice neighborhood. Nobody bothers anybody. I'm in the country of the, foothills of the mountains, near Appomattox, Virginia, and it's just, this is kind of odd for everybody around here. We don't have this kind of behavior. And so once I reached out to the landlord, let him know what was going on, he was concerned. He had already had some concerns before I even reached out to him. He had asked me to keep an eye out, which tells you something right off the bat there, too. If somebody's asking you to keep an eye out, on what's going on before anything is going on, really lets you know something, too. But this home has been remodeled for these people to be living in it, and my understanding is there's some damage to the home. I don't think it's major damage, but damage that doesn't need to exist after you've been there less than 2 months. And the kids are not even old enough to even walk yet really good, so I know it's not damage from them. I hear damage over here. But going back to my neighbor across the street, coming over and discussing with me what they heard on the scanner, and then they said the police came and took him. I was glad to hear that, but scared at the same time. I don't know what to do at this point. I finally found out what his name was, and I looked him up, and he actually has a long criminal history. Not so long ago, about 5, 6 years ago, where he attacked him and another female attacked a man with a hammer. Excuse me, I was getting ready to say something really bad. They attacked a man with a hammer and tried to beat him to death with it. That's what's living next to me. Multiple assaults, just a slew of robberies, and just for this person to put this mask on and come over here to me and act like, if you hear me talking loud, it's just me being loud. I talk loud, da 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 da. But he's talking in a normal tone to me, and I'm looking at him like, you're not talking loud right now. I wanted to say that, but of course I didn't. My inner intuition told me that this guy is dangerous. I am in fear. That if the landlord does pursue to do something, that he's going to lash out at me. Because he's going to feel like she's the one that, told what's going on. Well, yeah, I did tell some stuff, but they already knew some things too, so it wasn't like I was telling them anything exactly new. What I am concerned about is retaliation. I'm concerned for my animal. I'm concerned for myself. I'm concerned for everybody in my household. I don't let my dog outside without being out here with her. I don't. She's like my child to me, so I wouldn't let my kid come out here and play without me being out here, because I just feel he's dangerous. I really do. And I feel like that, his past history, and I don't mean to be judgmental. I mean, everyone has a past, and you can't judge people by that past. But if you know that this person is still currently active in their past, then you still have a problem. No, don't judge people because they made a mistake years ago. But if they're still doing things today that coincide with what their behavior was back then, he's dangerous. Anybody to think to pick up a hammer and coerce your female partner to try to rob this man and beat him with a hammer. I mean, just the thought of what that experience could have been for that person, was for that person. But, it makes me feel like, okay, he doesn't necessarily have to have a weapon, bought out of a store. He can pick up any object and he would use it. And I just hope that this girl and this child and just stay out of that household. And I hope she seeks the help that she really, really needs to find her own place. And I hope she doesn't let him in it. It's just bad. It's a bad time of year, especially for this kind of thing. We've got so much going on. We just had the massacre at Chesapeake Walmart, where the people were killed at work. We just had the UVA, the 3 students that were slain, getting off the bus. I used to work in Charlottesville, and I was there when they had that march where the young lady was killed by the car. I was like 3 blocks away working when that happened, and I shut my store down because I was in fear of something bad happening, and lo and behold, it went bad. I shut the store down. I was like, this is crazy. I couldn't conduct business. I was in fear of everybody that opened the door that day. I really was. I did not know what they were coming in for, and I felt like, this is not worth me standing here wondering if this person's coming in for a legit reason or if they're coming in to, be destructive. But I was actually closing my doors up and leaving as this person was being killed in Charlottesville. It's just amazing to me the things people can think are okay to do. It's very, very hurtful that humanity has gotten this way. Without empathy, you can't have humanity. That's one of my sayings. If you don't have any feelings towards people, yourself, or the people that you love, even if you're having the most worst day in the world, think about how your loved ones are going to be left after whatever you decide to do. If you decide to do something tremendously wrong and bad, think about what they're going to feel and think and what they're going to endure, from your actions. Just think before you do stuff, and don't be haste in your moment. Think about it. Walk away and talk to yourself about it. If you have nobody else to talk to, just say, hey, this is not worth me getting locked up over. Uh, Going back to this guy. Sorry, I got a little off base there. But, I just hope that he can get some help, because he needs it. He really does. He's got a lot of anger. I don't know what it's from, but, I feel like he's dangerous. I do. I hate it for him. I hate to see people go through what he's going through. I just hope he can get some help and try to fix the issues that he has and calm down. Whatever is upsetting him has got to be trivial little things. It can't be anything worthy of trying to hold somebody hostage in your home, and they have to sneak and get the phone and call for help. And it's just bad. Bad all around. And it's just, I've been in fear here for a while, and I still am. And I would prefer not to live in my home in fear. It's just amazing to me, how people are thinking nowadays, think about what you're doing. It's going to, not just yourself, your kids, your mom, you know, the people that love you and the people that are trying to help you. Think about what you're doing may do to them. You know, you might inadvertently, you know, cause them to give up, you know. Just think. Think before you do stuff. And try to not be so angry about everything. I mean, some of the stuff that people are angry over are just ridiculous. It really is. Jealousy? Come on. That's such high school stuff, you know? And be a strong person and not even do that. I mean, just be strong. Know who you are and, you know, work on yourself. Don't worry about being jealous of somebody else. Make yourself better and just say, well, you know, I'm better than that. So, you know, I didn't do what they thought I was going to do. And, you know, I've achieved this, achieved that, and I'm a good person. Don't let people be right about your wrongs. Don't let people be right about your wrongs. Show them differently. Well, guys, I'm going to go. But I wanted to just take a minute and go over that with you. And I'll give you updates on what's going on. Y'all have a great day. Bye.